And here we are again. Welcome to another episode of Tai Chi For You. This is the first episode of the month, and we have a little tradition where this is when we like to just announce, give thanks, wish everyone happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. It's really, there's so many people now that I've met that watch the show that I know. I don't want to just, go down the list of names because I'll forget someone. So we go month by month. Anybody that has a birthday this year, happy birthday. I just want to say that from the heart. So the other thing I want to talk about, it's September and unofficially summer's over, but I don't know. Do you think it went by too fast? Is there a lot of things you didn't get done? And we talked somewhat about setting goals with Tai Chi, or really with anything you're trying to achieve in life and work on, as setting a goal. So maybe you didn't accomplish every trip that you wanted to go or see everything over the summer. There's still time. It's going to last, but a lot of people maybe are you want summer to be done and you're looking forward to the fall and the winter. I know some of you people like winter. I don't understand that anymore. I used to like winter, but I like winter in Florida, put it that way. All right. So the other thing we like to talk about at the beginning of the show, we do a little bit of you know, business talk or whatever. So I have some guests coming up this month, and one of them actually is Lori Mayer from State of Grace, and she's been on actually just as a guest and as a panel. We had another time where we had like three of us on, or four, 3 or 4 guests I had altogether, and we really talk about that mind-body connection and all the ways to stay healthy. And when I just was looking at its State of Grace, health and wellness. So she does the yoga there, but when I was talking to her about the show, she just added something else now. She is a trauma recovery coach. And this is something that she'll talk about when she comes on, but she's starting up a course in that the first week in September, so this week. So if you have time, as soon as you see the show's over, get on the phone or get on the internet and get a hold of Lori if you have any interest in finding out more. For yourself, you have someone in mind that this is trauma recovery, help them recover from issues that they have. And when she talked about it, she just, excited about coming on the show and really explaining it more and the benefits that it has. So it's a perfect example of adding more tools to your toolbox. That's saying, not just mechanics do it, right? Actual toolbox. The more tools they have, they got that special thin wall 30-second socket that only works on Fords. All right, there you go. They're adding that so they can be a specialist when it comes to a certain repair. So whatever you do, you're a golfer. You got that right club that you added to your toolbox, but instead of a golf bag. I know. But anyway, we'll have Lori on this month. I'll have some more guests coming on. And then before you know it, it'll be October, November, December. So if you don't have a goal for maybe a physical goal, now let's set one. It's beginning of the month. Try again. Don't think that you failed once. That story with Thomas Edison. How many times did he fail with the light bulb? Well, now he knows, which one worked. So it took a while. So, if you're trying to lose that 5 pounds or you're trying to whatever the situation is, a physical or emotional, or, you know, maybe you just had a goal to, you know, read 3 books this summer and you didn't get through. Make it a goal. Try again. Try again. Whatever it is, keep moving forward. And I get these ideas. I listen to podcasts or, you know, some things on YouTube or whatever, and I'm trying to figure out the common denominator of the person doing these podcasts, and it really seems that they have it's that the goal that they have, that they want to do better. They want to present better for their audience, and they want to be better for themselves. And it just it takes time. It takes practice. It takes making a lot of mistakes. You know, you don't just get out there and, you know, sink a putt or, you know, kick a field goal every time. There's a lot of practicing involved. And again, you got sports, you got whatever it is, something to do at work, something at home, something with the kids, something you're working on internally. Don't give up. So that's my little pep talk, I guess. And with that, I think let me just check all my notes. Talked about our guests. We wished everybody a happy birthday. And why don't we grab our water? I'm drinking the cucumber water today. And it's great for the summer. I'm not giving up on summer yet. I'm still doing my cucumber water. I might switch, well, maybe go back to tea again when it gets a little bit cooler. But the idea is to stay hydrated. So, and don't do it with sodas and coffee. Try to, you know, start off with the water, add a little fruit, do something like that, and keep hydrated. So let's get going. If you can stand up, you can join us. When we're doing our Tai Chi, there is no special shoes. You can do it barefoot. You can do it outdoors. That's a great place to do Tai Chi as well. But you really just, you know, have something on that's comfortable. If you have shoes, comfortable, you know, loose fitting. So when we, you know, we do some bending or some reaching and stretching, the clothes isn't something that's going to sort of bind you up a little bit. So we talk about warming up. Let's warm up with our ringing the temple bell. This exercise, we talk about doing things slowly with intention, but we also want to be somewhat relaxed but aware. And the visualization is if you were a bell and it's just ringing from side to side. You can add some light tapping. You can start up on the shoulders if you'd like. Work a little on the arms. Continue the breath. And just let the sides just bounce off. Just nice and easy, loose and relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Good. And just a nice little shake. A lot of these things, I talk to people that come in to the class, or, you know, I meet them out in the park, whatever like that. It's like the idea of exercise, it's not new to them, but they haven't exercised in years. And they just start to, you know, oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. You can, we modify that exercise right there. You could go, you know, really, I don't want to say rough and tough, but you could, you know, add some good slaps to it and really get some energy going that way. But for the most part, just a gentle warm up. Then when we do our head to toe, it's that same principle of reaching or looking up and looking down. With the breath, you can add an expansion of the chest, breath in, and release, breath out. Don't overdo it. I don't want anybody to get dizzy. I don't want anybody to fall. Just a nice warm-up situation of a side to side could be another one. And I've learned these, instead of just sticking to one, students might say, oh, I do this, but I do it side to side every morning. That's great. The other one is maybe a circular motion. Loosen up the spine. Again, it's not just the head or the neck. Incorporate a little bit of the shoulders. You're using your lungs. Think more internally, too, what's happening. That spine is doing a little bit of opening and closing idea. And then we drop into the shoulders. Again, the shoulders aren't the only thing that is warming up. You could also just get the hands, the fingertips and the wrists, the elbows. Again, with the breathing. The breathing is internal. So start to visualize what's happening with the organs. And then reverse for a few of them as well. 3, 2. Again, if you're at home, you're doing them by yourself, do it a little bit longer if you like. Maybe alternate. There's all kinds of variations, but when we do the class, we kind of stick to a routine and just to go through so we can spend more time with the actual learning some of the moves of Tai Chi. Drop down next into that hip area, and it's that hula hoop. So I feel it definitely in the hips, a little bit in that tailbone maybe. I'm feeling that the stomach, all the muscles, everything that's the fascia, things that are holding the intestines in. Good. There's another version, that figure 8 idea, that figure 8 movement. And I forget how I learned this one from somebody, maybe that was a dancer or something. Oh, she had all kinds of stretching that they do quite a bit before they go on stage or just practice. The warm-up is very important for those different dance moves. With the knees, we can, again, focusing on the knees, but there's also a nice, the feet are engaged. They're the ones that are nice, strong foundation into the floor. Along with the breathing. Relax the shoulders. Send the elbows out just a little bit, but keep everything loose and relaxed as they start to warm up the area. You could also do inner circles at the same time, like that. Or reverse and send the circular motion. Dropping down slightly and coming up slightly. Keep your balance. However, you can balance better doing these type of circles versus going around at the same time. You could also spend a little extra time with the knee. Give it a little attention with some massaging. And you could work the back of the knee and the sides. Sometimes the knees, they're the first things to go with arthritis maybe. You have issues with the knees. You can always, again, talk to your doctor. But if he mentions Tai Chi, that would be great. You could join us for more. The idea of having the stool here is just as needed. You want to just have it there. I'm just lightly on it. I'm not leaning over on it. I'm just using it lightly. Foot is off the ground. So it is helping with the balance. And there's that circular motion again. In both directions. If you have trouble balancing, or if you don't have a stool, or you could keep the foot on the ground. And it's very beneficial. I heard a little clicking going on with my own leg. So you could keep the foot on the ground with that circle, however you feel more comfortable, or off the ground, and get that circular motion. Try not holding on to the stool, and get the hand going with the foot. 3, 2, 1. That's something we're working on, so I don't want to throw something difficult that is going to throw the new people off, but that is something, I guess, a goal to achieve. And you'll be able to do it. You'll get that aha moment after you've practiced with the stool, and then practice off the ground, practice letting go of the stool, and now the hand that's on the same side as the foot. Just like that. It does take a little bit of concentration, but it's great when you achieve a goal, when you get, just small goals. So that was one of them that a lot of the students said they couldn't do it, are now doing it. So anything, stick with it and it can be achieved. So there was our idea of that head to toe warm up. The breathing is very important. And also the speed of the breath should coincide with the speed of the movement. So if the movement was drawing the energy of just bringing the hands above, there's my control breath in. And just letting it out slowly at the speed of where the hands drop down. So let's try it. Breath in. Good. I also talked about helping to build lung strength. There's another word I'm trying to think of, but the idea of just that putting your lips together and forcing that air out on that exhale, and that helps build the lung capacity as well. So a nice full breath in. Exhale. That could be another goal to work on. You might have a shortness of breath, or whatever the situation, you can't get your arm up that high. Work at your level until you can. Anything that you're doing, movement is medication. You are going to feel better from any sort of movement. You feel better after a walk. Maybe you don't feel like going for a walk. Or those people that run. You get to a point where you don't feel like going for a run, but you see your shoes, it's like, and you go out and you run and you come back and it's like you feel much better. So the idea of just doing something, some sort of exercise, or whether it's physical or mental exercise, just open that book and get 2 pages done out of it. That'll be 2 less. Will get you closer to the end. So now we'll talk a little bit about Tai Chi, the idea, the principle, that 60-40 principle. I hate saying rule because there's always an exception to the rule. So the idea is, and you might hear it say 70-30, and the idea, we'll start with that being just that shifting the weight. And you notice I'm coming off center, but I'm not overdoing it. For one, you're going to fall, or if you're not, if it is a martial art situation, you're way off balance, there's that hit from the opponent, you're going. So if you're only 60% or your shift and you get a hit on you, it's not, chances are you're not going to go over. You can recover. or avoid it altogether by shifting to the opposite direction. But we learn this slowly. We do it for a couple of reasons. We want to be able to feel it, feel what's happening, feel that connection and that letting go and that energy moving, the weight. Just think of the weight, what's happening. And there's that breath again. Now shift the weight and turn the body using that 60-40 principle. There's that turn. I'm not twisting, I'm turning. Shift and turn. Come back to center. Shift and turn. And these are the basics. When I talk about the basics, there's a saying, the masters master the basics. And you'll see the masters, you'll see the teachers, the senseis are out there, and they're in that zone. It doesn't look like they're doing much, but they're connected, they're grounded. So if again an object comes at them or whatever, they're able to either redirect it, they can absorb it, and again redirect it into another direction. So you don't have to do much, just that. Don't overdo it. Start off slow with smaller moves, just like that. Good. Another basic that you want to master is that idea of, it's sort of that yin and yang, that if one's up, one's down, one's heavy, one's light, darkness, lightness, hot, cold. There's opposites. So here they are, opposite from each other. But as they start to come together at the same speed, see how I'm pulling apart and pushing together at that same speed? So bring them, let them meet, and then separate. And it's a very simple concept, but again, when done right, it's very beautiful to watch. And then when you add that shift the weight, turn the body, and there's our wave hands like clouds. This is one of the first moves that we learn because it does incorporate the shifting, turning, the hand down, the hand up, the separation. Good. So when someone's brand new, we break it down. We don't throw too much at them at once. So we broke down that shifting, turning. Shift the weight, add the turning the body. With the hands up and down, visualize you're holding a beach ball. So it's a good size. And you want to be about shoulder and about navel, waist idea like this, okay? Same speed, up and down. Make the palms brush and touch each other, just for practice, just so you learn it. And see how they meet about heart center right here? And they keep moving at that same speed of down and up. And now they're at that, this hand is low, this hand is high. This is where we shift. And then the hand comes down as this one comes up. So we just get them to practice and do this because it does involve the mind. Yes, my shoulders are getting tense or your arms feel heavy on this one. There's a lot going on. But if you can just, I don't want to say master it yet, but get it so that it's in that muscle memory of what's happening, you can concentrate on and go a little bit deeper with this move. By that I mean adding more of the finesse to it. There's that I'm settling in with the knees slightly bent. My breathing is slow and deep. Elbows are out to the side just a little bit. The shoulder is relaxed. It's down. Then with the wave hands like clouds, comes across. But there's that shift and turn, and just how everything's happening at once. You'll notice when I'm back at center, then that weight shift, that turn the body, at the same time the hands are turning as they're going down and up. And now I'm at this position. So the furthest shift of the weight, the furthest turn, the furthest apart with the hands. Now I'm going to shift that weight, turn the body. Here I am at center. Shift the weight, turn the body, start to turn the wrists. And there's that hold the ball. There's that hand down, hand up, come across. Down, up. There's the breath. Breath in. And then we can add more to that with the feet, with the stepping. We'll go over quickly about what the stepping is. It's that to the side. When we step out, it's called a half step out, half step in, which means the one foot that's heavy or grounded, so the other foot is the light foot. And when it steps out, it lands on the ball of the foot first. Then there's that weight shift. And now it's the heavy foot, so the light foot, there's the step in. Or you could just practice step out, step in. Keep this knee bent, but it's also planted in firmly. And just do almost like a toe tap. Come in. Step out. And you can try raising your hands up and down. Breath in. Breath out. And then when you put it all together, here's that step in, step out. And you can go in both directions if you'd like as well. All right, that about wraps it up. I want to tell everybody about the Monday class at the Northbridge Senior Center. That's every Monday, weather pending. We're going to have some bad weather coming up. And it's holidays, obviously, they're not open. But for the most part, it's there every Monday. We're there from 11 to 12. And that is open to everyone, any age, any level. You're just curious about it, come on in. I ran into some old past students. I'm not calling anybody old. Past students from another place that I taught that are able to come to the Northbridge Senior Center. So we'll see everybody on Monday at 11 o'clock, Northbridge Senior Center for Tai Chi for You. Great.